I want to dig real quick, and then we're gonna cut on out of here. I want to dig real quick into because we always talk about the mountaintop experiences, but there's some valleys in there. If you had to share just a few valleys, I know you've had a bunch of valleys, but to share a few valleys, man, in that journey, because there's somebody right now, they're destined for the mountaintop. They're definitely destined, but they're in the valley right now. And when you're in the valley, you're looking at the top of the mountain. That cat's up there saying, like, man, how did they get out of this valley? How did they get to where they are now? So just share a few valleys with us in that.
I had three houses. I had real estate in Ohio. I had two houses in Ohio, and I had the condo I was in, and the real estate market bust.
Ooh.
At the same time, I had $15,000 stolen from me from an employee.
Jeez.
Yeah. I remember, and I had to file short sale on all three properties.
Ooh.
Yeah, while I was trying to get married.
So this happened all. So this happened all at the same time. Jeez. So how did yeah?
I learned this concept a long time ago of God, and God has this. He has this water fountain on his people.
Mm-hmm.
He can pour it on and pour it off. I'm going to show you an example. I was playing for a pastor. I didn't really want to get a paycheck because I didn't want to go back into that. Because I felt that once you get a paycheck, he owns you. I didn't want to get into that. Look, I'm doing this. I'm here to help. But he's paying me $750 a week. I had
You turned it down.
I had to take it. And when I was getting that check, I had less money getting the check than I did if I wouldn't have got the check. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's a cursed check because that's not what God wanted.
Wow.
And for the life of me, I did the numbers. I tried to do the numbers. I did not understand. I could not prove. But when I stopped getting the check, then everything went up. But I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's when God taught me the concept of being in his will and doing what he wants you to do. There's a water that he pours out. So when I'm going through this stuff, I ain't doing the best, but I'm making it through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, because he has a water, he has a thing. Remember that before Abraham went to sacrifice his son, the ram was already there.
That's true. Wow.
So the Bible says no temptation test has overtaken man, but such was as common to man. But with that temptation, he provides a way of escape.
That's good.
So he builds the escape before he builds the problem. He sends the escape before the problem is there. The ram was already there before Abraham went to sacrifice his son.
That's good.
Provision is already there. So somehow, man, I couldn't even articulate how I made it through that, man. And just in general, I lost thousands and thousands of dollars, bro. Like investing in certain developers and they disappear, and you try this out and it goes, and this doesn't happen, and man, what was this like? It's style. You lose as many as you make. You lose and lose and lose, and you got to tap into your 401k. And you like, well, I ain't got this good corporate job now. So where's my investment coming from?
Right.
Where's my 401k? Right. So now I got to invest in 401k, and I don't have that pension no more. That if I work 20 years, that they gave me something, I don't have that, and I gotta borrow from my 401k to get out this debt, so I don't have to go back. Like it ain't.
No, it's pretty.
Not all a cakewalk. And every day I tell my wife, oh, good. My wife asked me this the other day. She said, how much of worrying, or how much do you think about the protection of this family? How much through the day do you think about that? I said it's probably not a minute that don't go past that I don't think about providing and protecting my family.
Right. Same.
She said, "Does that weigh on you?" I said, "It does, but it's just a part of being a man.
Yeah.
It weighs on you. Like
Yeah.
you always in calculation of, man, if we lose this,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
lose that." That's why I'm so appreciative of all of the gospel musicians out there. If you out there and you watching this,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you guys, man, there would be no gospelmusicians.com.
Exactly.
It would not be any of this, man. And every second of the day, being a man, being a provider,
Come on.
you're one. We're one law away,
Mm-hmm.
one
Come on.
transaction away. We're one ruling away. We're
Mm-hmm.
one YouTube crushing away. We're one merger away from losing everything.
Yeah. It's
It's
facts.
volatile out here.
Facts. Facts.
So, this is all by God's grace, bro.
Yeah.
So, yes, I've lost thousands upon thousands of dollars. Yes, sir.
Man. No, but that's real. That's context, like you said, and the weight of being an entrepreneur and having a family and being a
Yeah.
father and thinking about legacy and thinking about, because again, like you said, we don't have the 401k matching, company matching. They gonna,
Yep.
69, they gonna match what we got in there. We gonna live, right off into the sun. No, like if you want retirement, you got to invest that money yourself. You got to get in there and build it yourself. And so and the same thing with your children, college funds, and all of those different things that you got to put together to try to try to build a legacy in the future. And but I think, like I said, I think the common denominator that we've always landed on with this, it's all by faith. It's just,
Yep.
no matter where you land, whether you continue working a job and you get a side hustle and you build that, or you step out on faith and you go and do that thing that God is pulling you to do, it's still all gonna be by faith,
Yeah.
where you growing land.